Hello everyone, welcome to Analog IAS Prelims High Yielding Series for Prelims 2020, and today's topic will be lockdown versus curfew. The difference between lockdown and curfew. The reason why we are picking up this particular topic is because of the lockdown restrictions imposed under COVID-19 crisis. So the Indian government has ordered all the 130 crore population in the country to stay inside their homes for 3 weeks starting from 25th of March. So this is the biggest and most strict action that anywhere in the world any government has taken. So this is done to stop the spread of coronavirus. So what are the legalities with respect to this issue? Let us have a look in this video. In the last couple of weeks, we have seen various news items where a certain number of states imposed curfew and certain number of states said that there shall be a curfew only in the night time. For example, if you take the case of Telangana decided to impose night curfew only after 7 pm. But if you take the case of Bhilwara in Rajasthan, there is a complete shutdown, there is a complete curfew. So what is the difference between this lockdown and the situation of curfew? To begin with, lockdown is not a legal term that is actually recognized. This is a specific word that came into prominence because of the COVID-19 crisis. In this context, you have to remember that the law and order is not a central subject, it is a state subject. Therefore, each state has its own set of laws and they are implementing measures depending on the resources that they have. If they can afford to go for a complete lockdown, they are going for it. And if there is any possibility of having any sort of economic activity, they are showing some lenience in areas where there are no COVID cases. Since law and order is the prerogative of the state governments, central government can only ensure that it can appeal to the states to impose a strict lockdown. Now we are hearing another act called the Epidemic Disease Act 1897. Why are we using this British era law in this present times? The simple straightforward answer is we did not need a Epidemic Disease Act again, so we are using the existing law. So in the present scenario, as per the Epidemic Disease Act 1897, a lockdown can be enforced by a collector or a chief medical officer in a particular area. The legality for such an action by either the collector or the chief medical officer comes from the fact that these provisions are there in Epidemic Disease Act. So this act gives the state governments, not the central government, mind this point, this act gives the state governments sweeping discretionary powers to mold restrictions as per the need of the hour. So it is as per the discretionary powers that are available to the state governments in the Epidemic Disease Act 1897, we are forced to stay indoors at this moment. So what exactly happens in a lockdown? Under a lockdown, people are required to stay indoors except if they are accessing essential services. Now, who defines this essential services? Again, it's the state government. And commodities, of course, like if you want to visit a nearby grocery store or if you want to visit any hospital kind of services, you have to take the permission of the local authorities as notified by the state government. Essential services like hospitals, banks, ATMs, grocery stores, etc. will be allowed. And sometimes there is a possibility that the state government can even restrict newspaper access also. So one major question that is asked whenever we are talking about law and order issue, especially in the context where we are seeing police thrashing the people who are violating this lockdown. Do the police have any power to arrest any person who has been violating the lockdown norms? So as per the act, the police does not have any sort of power to arrest anyone without the court's permission. So you can see this element of balance of powers in this provision. So the second point that you have to remember here is, though the police may not have any power to arrest a particular person who is violating these norms, he can definitely be issued a warning by the police. So they have the moral responsibility to appeal to the people to stay indoors and advise people to head home. Even after such repeated appeals, if the person is very adamant, he can still be arrested under section 269 and 270 of the Indian Penal Code. So if someone were to escape from quarantine, this is also another problem that we are witnessing. So a lot of people are leaving the quarantine centers or escaping from the quarantine centers, and even in those situations the authorities can book them under section 271 of the Indian Penal Code. So these are strict legal implications that are possible if you are escaping the quarantine or if you are not listening to the police advice. These are the powers available to the police, but right away they cannot arrest a person. That is the important takeaway from this slide. So in this context, let us understand what curfew actually means. So if you take the example of the state of Telangana, from morning 6 a.m. till evening 5 p.m. we have a lockdown restriction. So there is restricted movement, and this happens as per the Epidemic Act. But from the cutoff time notified by the state government, whether it is 5:30, 6 or whatever is the time as per the notification released by the government, you can see that the section 144 is coming into the picture. So this section 144 is not issued by the state government directly, but it is rather imposed by the district magistrate or the collector, or sometimes even by the police commissioner. So during these times, all the essential services will also be shut. So your banks, grocery stores, general stores, all the stores, supermarkets, everything will be shut down by a cut-off time notified by the state government. So only administration and police personnel will be allowed in this particular time, unless and until you have a health emergency where you will be calling the police personnel. You will not be allowed after this cut-off time. That is the logic of curfew. Now what are we witnessing in this lockdown period? Is it just the lockdown or is it just the curfew? Actually, all the state governments are using a combination of both these. Till morning they are using the section 144 of the Criminal Procedure Code to impose curfew. In the morning times, that is in the daytime, they are using the provisions of the Epidemic Disease Act to restrict the movement of people and contain the spread of this disease. So the difference between a curfew and a lockdown is the fact that under a lockdown you can have restricted movement, but under a curfew, except for the police personnel and the administrative departments which are notified by the collector or the police commissioner, no other individual, no other business, no essential service will be allowed. That is the key takeaway. Now let us have a look at the question with respect to lockdown. Consider the following statements. Lockdown is imposed by the Prime Minister. Is the statement true? No. Law and order is a state subject, like we have already mentioned, and it is imposed by the state governments through the district collectors. Curfew is imposed by State Chief Minister. Again a false statement. In the case of lockdown, a medical officer can also impose this through the powers given to him as per the Epidemic Disease Act. As far as a curfew is concerned, a police commissioner, taking into consideration the law and order situation, can also enforce this section 144 of the Criminal Procedure Code. So both the statements are false. Now take a look at this static polity question, which was asked many times in different forms in previous UPSC questions as well. Pause the video, please go through the options and comment your answer in the comment section below along with an explanation. Now thanks for watching this video. That's it for this video. Thank you.